Show, Peter G Show, Peter G Show, Peter G Show. Divorced dad, single dad, divorced dad, single dad. Peter G Show.
Yes, 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 yes. It is that time again, ladies and gentlemen. Time once again for Life with Peter G. Another week gone by. Fast. Another week goes by. They're going by so quickly. It's amazing. Going to give everybody a few minutes, kind of get comfy, get on, get comfortable, make sure you're all settled in. Long weekend. It was a beautiful weekend in many parts of the country. Some parts of the country not so good. A lot of my Gulf Coast people, beach people, going to the beach already. In the water. In the water. How badass is that? I love it. In the meantime, here, deep in the heart of Burbank, in an undisclosed location, lies the Peter G Show. Did I mention I love you guys? My diehard fans. My hardcore, diehard fans, the small but very tenacious group, I love you. I can't say it enough. You guys sometimes are way too quiet, but it's amazing how I'm watching one by one strength in numbers, okay? You know, I know I'm doing this the hard way because it's the only way. Maybe it's just the way I'm wired, but I'm not going to go kissing ass. I'm going to do what we do because I believe in what we do. So one way or another, we're just taking each step at a time and growing. I had a little conversation with somebody on my LinkedIn channel, which we do the show to as well. And this gentleman just got a game show and not only did his game show get greenlit, but you know he got the pilot, and now they got signed on for hundreds of them. And you know he said, oh, you know, never give up. And it's like I totally get it, but it's so easy to give up. My ass gets kicked on a daily basis, and most people, I think, would give up. And in fact, somebody said, Peter, I don't know how you do it. And it was a conversation I was having during the middle of the week. And it's like, I don't know. How the hell do I do it? I'm hell-bent. I believe. And for my diehard fans, the few, it's the 3 million, or is it 300? I can't tell. But I believe in you because you believe in me, and I thank you very much. Also, speaking of diehard and fans, I could not do this show if it wasn't for my beloved, where is it? Thank you, guys. Bolt Energy. I'm even sporting the shirt tonight. They sent me They sent me a jersey, not a jersey, a polo, and I like it. If I could just lose a little bit of weight, though, because those guys are very fit. Bolt Energy, electrify your senses. I'll tell you why I like Bolt Energy and why we joined forces. There's no preservatives, okay? It's enriched with vitamins and antioxidants. Not a big giant can. You don't need a whole lot of this stuff. It's a cleaner energy drink. I like no preservatives. You know, I eat enough shit and drink enough stuff that's crap as it is. Try to drink something a little cleaner. I have my share of sodas, too. I can't seem to kick the habit. I like bright and sparkly. I don't drink coffee. But Bolt Energy, it's growing. Ask for it in stores. If you don't have it, you keep asking for it, and they will come. But as always, I'm going to crack the can open, turn away from all the equipment. Get ready. This is a learning session, the first 10 minutes of this show. We have lots of things to learn. Anyway. Salute. Love you guys. Here's Bolt Energy for believing in me and vice versa. So look for it in stores and ask for it, because if you're going to drink something, you might as well drink something worth a shit, you know? Okay. Ooh. Super chilled. Just the way I like it. Have another. Again, Bolt Energy. Coming soon, they tell me. I've been getting a lot of people that IM me. I get a lot of IMs after the show. It's crazy, but they're working on a sugar-free version of this. So sugar-free or with sugar, or however you want to put it, you know, you don't have to drink 80 ounces of it, and it gives me just that little boost. And believe me, I was wanting that little boost. Let me make this straight. I have 6 different screens in front of me. It depends on what program or what page you're watching me on. There could be 3 people on one, and there could be 303 million on another, because we stream like spider webs. It's going to LinkedIn. It's going to my Instagrams. It's going to 3 different pages on Facebook. But every Sunday night, I'm going to be here, 8:30 Pacific, 10:30 Central, and 11:30 on the East Coast. I'm doing this like a programmed TV show on Facebook, which they told me I was nuts to try and do this. But call me crazy, whatever. I accept the challenge. I'm going to do it. I think it's just, I just like doing something that, they told me that it's not going to work and it can't be done. It's like, screw you guys, watch me. So we're doing this every Sunday night. 818-259-7983 is a number that you can call. This show's a little bit different than my normal Peter G show, Surviving Divorce and Single Parenting. This is about talking to you, the people. It's not pre-recorded. It's live. 1 friggin' hour, people. So, it goes by real quick. And I can go longer. I can do whatever I want. It's my show. Almost. But you can talk to me about whatever you want to get off your chest, and that's why I kind of dig it. It's there's no holes barred. You can tell me something that's really bugging you off the cuff. I mean, just in life in general. I just like talking about life because everybody does anyway. So, that's the whole thing. It's talking about life. So whatever you want to talk about. In the meantime, while we're all here, hang on. I've been waiting for an hour to get this in me. I didn't want to start popping cans because then it's a little bit too much. But I needed it. It's been a long day today. As always, all my days are long. There's just lots to do. But here's what we're going to do now. If you think there's anything worth a shit about this show and you feel any compassion towards building this and helping me build this show, this is what I want you to do for me, okay? This is for me, personally. On Facebook, if you're watching me from Facebook, they have a thing. You go to the share button, and I got to go do this myself because I have 3 different. They're making me do this because I'm kind of self-sufficient and on the monitoring end. They're watching things and doing things, but it's different on their end. So you go to the share, wherever that may be. Let's go look. Peter G Show is live. I'm watching that. And I got to turn that off, okay, because we don't want that. And so what else do we do? Do we turn that off? Hello? There's a share button. Sorry. That's what happens when you don't practice enough. You go to the share button, and you hit share. And once you hit the share button, it says watch party. And I'm going to do that, watch party. And then it says, hey, do you want to start a watch party? This is what you need to do because people don't know I exist, or a good bit of people. They may say, I don't know. If you think there's anything worthy of this, hit the share, hit the start a watch party, which I'm going to do right now, and I'm going to do it on this page too, and share it because you have no idea about the people that are in your genre, your list, that have shit that's bugging them, things that are bugging them. They have nobody to talk to, or they think that it's only them that has these kind of problems. And you'd be doing them a huge favor if you did, because we're sharing stories. And sometimes when you bring things to light, which it's already working, if you watch any of these shows, you'll see that people start telling me things, and they're kind of answering their own questions, but they never really listened to themselves. That you become your own worst enemy in your mind. It gets really hard because you don't really hear yourself. You just start running your mind into a crazy frenzy, and half the time, if I'm sitting here and you're telling us what's going on with you, the answer is right there in front of you. And I've proven it, and I'm not a friggin' genius, folks. I just have this ability to, sometimes we can just talk about things and get it off our chest, and it starts making you feel better, especially if you watch this show afterwards. When this show is over, just because it's live, it regurgitates through Facebook, okay? And it'll be there. Plus, it gets uploaded the next day. My guys upload it to YouTube, and it's there for good, along with the dozens of other Peter G shows, a lot of them that cater more to the surviving divorce and single parenting, but this show, as well as all these shows, are going there, as well as they'll be soon going to iTunes where you can listen to them in the car. Sometimes when you listen to yourself afterwards, a bell goes off, and you just start realizing, wow, okay, I get it now. I just didn't hear, because I'm so busy thinking, I didn't hear the actual truth, and things just start to make sense. I got one more page here. So a watch party. So my point being is that if you have a watch party, you hit the share button, okay, just hit the share button and share it. It's only an hour. Just say, hey, so-and-so, it'll say, so-and-so is watching Life with Peter G. Maybe you want to check it out. One at a time. I'm doing it the hard way, but I'm telling you, I'm watching people come through the door one at a time. There's so many things in life. Life is a bitch. I mean, I love life, and I'm very thankful. I've learned to be thankful for what I do have and be thankful for what I don't have. Because a lot of things that you don't want to get stuck with, and that's okay. That's another thing we're going to talk about. If you guys don't light up that phone... Oh, hang on one second. Time out. Hi, Life of Peter G. Who's this?
Hey, it's Sonia again. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
Hey, Sonia again. How are we?
Would hope somebody else would call in.
It's early on. We're right now. I'm just, I'm having to set things up. They'll get warmed up. They're shy until they start getting it.
I know they are. And the thing is when you said something about it's regurgitated, I'm like, yeah. And I keep hearing my crap being regurgitated.
That's because you call in. You know what? You're a prime example of hearing yourself and saying, yeah, you know what? You're right. Actually, it wasn't just you. It was your little old buddy over there in Alabama, too.
Yeah, I know. Her and I've been talking on the side.
That's good. Yeah. That's good. I mean, it's all good. I cut clips, or they cut clips, we cut clips. I have to agree on them for the week. And the thing is, if there's something of worth, it's just trying to share that. Now, I mean, you know as well as I do, when you get on this line, it's open. There's no holes barred. You can say and do whatever you want, and I'm going to listen, and we're going to talk about it. So.
Yep, I know.
So I'm proud of you, though. I mean, I think some of your stuff is pretty funny, and so does many people.
You're proud of me. Yeah, a lot of people keep telling me that I need to go and do stand-up, and I'm like, yeah, no.
No, I mean, but there was a lot of stuff that also was very serious, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what we do here, so it's all good. I just... again, you put yourself out there just like myself. I had to understand and think about what I was going to do to come out onto this. I'm an open book, so whatever happens, happens, and that's life. But I'm not proud nor ashamed. Actually, I am kind of a little proud. I mean, I have nothing to hide. It's just people, life.
You got people to hide?
I have no people to hide. I have nothing to hide. We're just people. Anything on your mind you want to get off?
I'm heckling you now, you know.
That's okay. Anything on your mind you want to get off your chest? Start this bitch-a-thon?
No, actually, I have a lot of positive things going on right now.
Do you? That's a good thing, see?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Peter G. Show. No, I didn't take the credit for that.
Well, no, it's not because of you, Boo-Boo
I know.
Kitty.
I don't want that anyway. I'm just kidding, but of course not.
No, actually, it's events where I'll be holding a couple of events nearby, so singles can meet each other and have fun.
What, now you're a single mingler?
I am the host of the mingles for the singles. That's it. I am not a part of it.
But you're a gamer, right?
I'm a gamer, yes, I am.
I mean, that's a big part of your life, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, video gameplay, yeah.
So, I mean...
and live streaming gameplay, yes, on PC.
Wow, okay. So, but in the meantime, we ended up talking about normal stuff, I guess, right?
What are you talking about? Last time?
No, that we did last time. Our conversations, we really didn't touch too much on that.
Oh, yeah, normal stuff, in person, everything above, with the person above me, blah, blah, blah.
The bowling balls and liquor stores and, and all that fun stuff. Okay, well, that's all right. But, we didn't really touch on, but your gaming stuff was something I think you're pretty fond of that, or, I mean, you've been working that, right?
Well, yeah, for the past few years, I have like a 5-minute intro where I set up my computer. I've got a tri-mount monitor on here with, GeForce NVIDIA graphics card, 32 gig memory. Yeah. Professional microphone.
I mean, how do you, but you interact with people? I mean, how do you?
Yes, I do, live. Like what you're doing on Facebook, they also do video gameplay live on Facebook as well, like Twitch.
Right.
And that's what I do, is they get to see my game live while I'm playing it, and I interact with the chat.
Yeah.
I see them typing to me. I respond.
Right.
There may be some latency, but, it's only like a 10, 15-second delay before they hear my reply to what they type. And so I interact live with those in chat. So,
Right. So are you building a? I mean, because I thought you had a channel, Twitch. I didn't know anything
I
about
do
Twitch
on Twitch.
until I met you. I knew nothing about that channel, but it's apparently pretty damn big.
Yes, it is, and there's a lot of streamers on that channel.
Yeah.
They do, like, what you're doing here on Facebook. They do this, too, on Twitch,
Right.
which is, like, just, IRL chat, talk show, everything else. They
Hey.
do that on there, too.
Wow. So all right. So you're still working on that, right?
Working, I've got about 900 followers.
Okay.
They actually pay me to play video games.
Cool. You know what? Your one phone call. This is the problem without having phone screeners. I can't put people on hold, but somebody from the western half of the United States has been trying to call. But the thing is, because
Well, good.
I know but you are a leader, and I appreciate that. And I'm going to if they call again, I had to let them go because again, I don't have a choice. And but if they call again,
Let me go next time.
Yeah, so here they go again. So we're gonna go.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Life of Peter G. Who's this?
Excuse me, do you guys sell pizza?
No pea soup. We have clam chowder and noodle chicken noodle right now.
Oh man, that sounds amazing. Who made it?
Who made it? The soup cooks. We have a soup kitchen.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. You want some?
Yep.
All right, come and get it. Who's this?
James.
James.
Yes.
All right, what can I do for you, James? What's on your mind?
Well, how's your day going?
My day is good, buddy, but, I always talk about stuff. For me, I'm more about what's going on with you.
Well, me, honestly, I've been doing good. Trying to get school together,
School.
graduating.
You got school?
What school?
What did you say? What are you trying to get together?
Oh, get my grades together.
All right. What are you going to school for?
Oh, honestly, I'm trying to become a collision repairer.
Okay. I dig it. Somebody's got to do it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Someone has to do it.
You you fan of the show?
I just been watching it for the past year. It's pretty fun.
Really? I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I do. What is it that keeps you watching besides my tantalizing topics?
Well, honestly, it's just that. That's honestly what it is, just
Yeah.
your topics.
All right, I appreciate that. What? Because again, I'm kind of, I have a pocket, I have a niche, and to a lot of people, it may not concern them whatsoever. I mean, if you want to, talk, if I was doing an auto show, show about cars, or doing a show about making blankets or whatever, that appeals to different people. But mine's about life. And, that sometimes, life punches you in the face, and the thing is you have to keep moving forward, and sometimes people don't have anybody to talk to, and that's why I decided to do this live show to let people call in, tell me what's bugging you, or what you want to talk about, and maybe there's people that can relate to it, so. It's all
Yeah,
good.
this is what I like about your show, because you get to talk to someone, tell them how you're feeling,
All right, so how are you feeling?
Well, I've been feeling great lately.
Lately?
I just been
When you're not
I don't know.
Yeah, when you're not feeling great, what's it about?
When I'm not feeling great, it's basically about sometimes just things get to my head, this girl really doesn't like me, probably,
Yeah, girls.
Yeah.
Girls. I just thought I did. You sound like a younger guy. How old are you?
How old am I?
Yes.
17.
Are you really?
Yeah.
All right. See, now I would have never figured anybody 17 would want to listen to my shit, but I appreciate it.
Well,
I do.
Honestly, a lot of people probably like your show.
Well, here's the deal, because I've been thinking about relationships too. If you want to get distracted in life, get into a relationship, because love is really powerful. It can mess you up. It could be the greatest thing in life. But, I mean, when you're a younger guy or a younger girl, if you're trying to focus on getting your life together, now you got a lot of time to be messing up. But, the rebounds, you learn from the rebounds. But you get into a relationship, and all of a sudden the shit that you've been focusing on starts getting a little less important because you're all up in that girl, or the girl's all up in that guy. True or false?
True.
True. I mean, so, you got to take relationships with a grain of salt. I mean, I get it, man. Who doesn't want to be happy and have somebody that you dig by your side? But balance. You know, you got to have that balance. Don't let that shit run your life because, you know, you need to get your act together in order to be that person in the future. And then maybe I didn't get married till I was 43 years old, okay? Never got married. And thought, okay, at 43 years old, it's okay to get married now. I got my act together. What can go wrong? It don't matter how old you are, brother. It don't matter how old you are. It takes two to get married and only one to get divorced. And, you know, because everything can't be fun every day. You have to just learn how to take the good with the bad and not say, fuck this shit, I quit. Because that's just not the way it works. You have to have a lot of give and take. So, I don't know. It's up to you. You in a relationship now?
I'm not. Currently, I'm not.
Good. I mean, there's nothing, you know, you're 17. Dude, I didn't even know what a relationship was at 17. So you in high school?
Yeah.
I got to tell you, you're the youngest caller right now that's ever called in. And I really, there's a lot of, I just don't think, you know, I thought majority of my crowd, and it really is anywhere from like 25 to 70, because you got to go through life to start having a huge collection of ass aches. And the fact that you are, you know, calling in and listening, that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's actually a pretty good thing because, you know, you kind of listen to what other people are doing, try to learn from it, but you're still going to get your fingers burned in the fire once in a while. There's just no way around it. That's the only way you learn.
That is true.
Yeah. So there's nothing, you're just calling to say you like the show. There's nothing you want to get off your chest or share with anybody? Anything?
No, I just called to say that I like your show a lot.
I appreciate that.
Honestly, I feel it helps a lot of people out.
All right, cool. I truly, and I mean that. I dig it. I appreciate you. If you want to do anything for me and this show so we can take it to another level, you'll do those watch parties or share my stuff. And because you have a friends list and all that you have no idea, they may need it more than you do. And I'm going to be here every Sunday night. This is my way. Hey, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm reading while we're. It's a funky way of doing a show. This is not orthodox. I mean, it's. I chose to go at it in a whole different aspect, but I don't mind. I think we're going to have some fun with this as it builds up. Just started the first of the year, and all my other stuff was online, but it wasn't live. So we're live. When you call in, you know, whatever happens, happens. Whether you love me or hate me, I'm here to take it take it like a man. And we'll go from there. So I deeply appreciate it. You keep listening and share this stuff. Do a watch parties because I'm telling you, we're going to get bigger and better. And then you could say, dude, I know that dude when he was doing it, you know, from a Facebook page.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't forget to ask for Bolt Energy in your stores. That stuff, it's rocking and they're growing. And I like Bolt Energy because you don't tell me you don't drink energy drinks. Everybody does.
Oh yeah, I've tried them. They're good.
Have you really? All right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Peace, because I didn't. It's hard because they're just getting out there. It's a whole big world out there. But you being in where are you calling from, James?
I'm actually calling from Oxnard.
Okay, so you're right. You're miles away, and that's where they're the pretty much home base where it all started blossoming from there. And so good for you. So you're obviously in the groove. You're up with this. And
yeah.
All right, be proud of yourself because a lot of guys your age, they just don't have a clue. They're too busy digging themselves. You know, you gotta think about who you are and what you're doing, and be reasonable. Don't be all like dig me. Humble, keep moving forward, and take what you want to do in life, and if you truly believe in it, just do it. Do it.
All righty.
All right, brother.
All right, then I'll let you go then.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and keep on listening, and thanks again, all right?
All right, thank you.
All right, brother, thank you. Wow. 17 years old. I don't think I'd be listening to me at 17 years old. I'd be too busy. I'd be too damn busy going, screw that guy. He's full of shit. It took to get this old to be able to look back and realize, like, how good I had it. And, I mean, I still kind of got it good, but it's a struggle. Especially everybody wants to be somebody. I got tons of notes. 818-259-7983. James just got off the phone. A 17-year-old man, which I'm, again, a little stoked because I didn't even think I could have a chance in reaching to the young generation. I just figured, they don't give a shit. They're too busy in their own world. But that number is open. 818-259-7983. I got a ton of stuff that I want to talk about, but in the meantime, I will take your calls because I really want to take more of your calls than me talking. But Facebook, I'm an avid follower, love it or hate it. I love it because I'm 2,000 miles away from where I did a lot of my growing up in the heart of the Gulf of Mexico in Pensacola, Florida. And I'm able to keep up with a lot of friends. And this week, in fact, all over, I've been reading a lot about, I don't know, maybe just the timing. I mean, it happens every day, but a lot of people that are on my pages, there's been a handful just within the past few days of a parent dying. And believe you me, I know. Lived it, still got a 92-and-a-half-year-old father, but it's a bitch. I don't like losing people, period. You can easily say, yeah, well, they were 90. My mother was 93, but I wanted her to 150, and I don't care how old they are. And you can say, well, hell, they're old. It hurts. It hurts bad. And you learn how to live with it. And I think if you didn't love that person, then you would never have a clue as to how much it hurts. But I'm very proud of the fact that I was able to be an older guy and still have parents. But I'm one step away. My father's almost 93 years old. It's like, how many more summers am I going to get with him? And, I watch him like a hawk from 2,000 miles away. And we argue. We still yell and argue because now it's like I'm watching over him. But it just, when he's gone, then it was put to me by a friend of mine, and it's like, you officially grow up. You become, there's no turning back. Even though you're an adult, when you don't have those parents, even though they don't really do anything for you that as like you did when you were a kid, but it's like that safety net. I don't know how to explain it, but you still feel like their support and their love was there, and you almost have something to fall back on. But when they're gone, you're swimming all by yourself, even though I've been taking care of myself for a long time. But the fact is, my mother, no matter how old she was and no matter how old I was, she would still try to do something, like go get my purse. Like I bought something, she just let me pay you for that. And it's crazy as it is, but that's love. And I also read up on a few people who've lost children. It's like, that's extreme. And somebody who I was close to, and it's been decades since he's passed, we were all younger back then. The parents were, they still write about him and things like that. And I swear I was reading this thing, and it gets to me every time. I mean, maybe I'm getting soft in my old age or whatever, but so be it. I'm not ashamed of it because I love my friends and family. I really do. And I'm very thankful enough to have people in my life and a lot of them, that I truly appreciate. And and that's a big deal. A lot of people, as you get older, if you're a shitty person, you don't have that many people around. I mean, you use them and you throw them away, and that stuff gets old. I've been very fortunate. Try to keep as good connection as I can. Try to reach out to people and just leave a good path behind to where, I mean, God forbid, someday, whether it's tomorrow or 100 years from now, when I pass away, I just don't want to be motherfucked so much, I mean, I hope that they'll say, well, he was a nut, but he was all right, instead of a son of a bitch. I don't want to go that way. Life, again, in my opinion, is too short, and you might as well enjoy the ride. And even when I'm getting my ass kicked, I'm still trying to enjoy the ride. I've had some better rides, in the past, but it's been a hell of a climb to try to be doing this, but it's all good, and I'm very, very thankful for that, so... Either way, anyway, so I was just saying with the Facebook thing, I try to stay connected. I try to read up on all the people. There's a lot of them, but losing people in your life, it hurts, and there's no getting around it. What else do I got going on? Again, 818-259-7983. I want you to call and get stuff off your chest. I'm still pretty blown away. 17-year-old James calling in saying he's a fan of the show. That's my youngest known fan who actually goes out of his way to pay attention. So I dig it and I appreciate it. There's a lot of silent people, silent fans that don't, they like everything and they comment online, but they will not call in, and that's okay. But help me out. Watch party. Start a watch party. You hit the share button on your Facebook, and then you just hit start a watch party, and I still didn't do it on this one page because I really wish these guys could do this for me. But that's it. So 818-259-7983. What is on your mind? Howdy, Durko. And I can read certain things. I can read 3 screens from 3 different pages, and all the other stuff, it's a little bit beyond me. I can't keep up. But some people decide to text, and I can do that. So, and I can read it, but not all. So I get a lot of comments after the show. IMs through the week and this and that. Don't be shy. Be the person to bring things to the forefront. Sorry, now I'm starting to read because it got my attention. I know Astro is watching. Astro surprised the hell out of me, too. Again, the silent majority. He wrote to me about a few things, and I was very shocked, man. I was very taken in a good way that some of my closest friends, I don't blame you at all. It's hard to pay attention to things that might not interest you. I'm a prime example of it. I don't have a whole lot of time. I'm like a machine trying to do a lot of things that pertain to this show, because to me, I want this show to go to streaming network, no ifs, ands, or buts. I don't care, how it's going to go there and get there. I just want to get there to where I get, a bigger budget to be able to do the things that I originally intended to. That's why it took so long to do this show. My ideas were bigger than the money to back it up. But when I get some of my closer friends and people that I've, spent a lot of time with, and whether it's in this town or in other towns or grew up with or toured with or anything like that, when I finally get somebody that kind of chimes in and says, "Hey man, I've been watching your show and I got to tell you, I'm starting to dig it," that it makes me feel real good. It does, because I don't expect much from my closer friends, because I get it. You're busy with your lives and it might not pertain to you. Plus you've seen years of me, and it's like Peter just being Peter. And that's what I am, except I'm opening this up for you guys. I'm trying to bring a sounding board if there's something that's really bothering you other than politics, and even sports. I'm not that good in sports, but if you want to talk about something you feel is important, I'll let you talk. If you want to spread the word, good or bad, but life, because life, I think, is the biggest problem that we're dealing with. I mean, just getting, a lot of obstacles. Health. Fighting, I'm very thankful. For the most part, I'm pretty healthy. But, some people don't have it that easy. And, and I feel for you, because I take a lot of things for granted. But, it is what it is. Children, number one, children. You want to talk to me about, that kind of stuff? That's the Peter G. Show, Surviving Divorce and Single Parenting. I am so blessed and thankful. That little girl, when I had that little girl 13 years ago, changed me as a human being. Changed me. I mean, there was pockets of emotions I never knew I had, and that's things that you see. That's what I'm saying. When you're 17, you might not understand that part, but at least if you're listening, it's a good start. My divorce definitely changed me. I don't think you've evolved as a human being until you've gone through half the shit that you go through in love, separation, all that crap. It is, and it can wreck you if you're strong enough to. Hang on, and this is where I say, "Hi, you're on with Life of Peter G." Who's this?
Well, it got quiet on your channel. What's up? It's the heifer from down under.
Hey, long time no talk.
I know, it's been forever, right?
It's okay. You see that?
So why is it quiet now? I thought you had a call.
Well, I did, but I'm not going to keep everybody. Look, I'm very thankful. It's going to be there's a whole world out there, and I'm not worried about it. It's going to be a slow, hard build, but one person at a time. That gentleman was 17 years old, which blew my mind because
I heard.
Yeah, I was shocked, because to me, if I was 17, I'm going, why do I want to listen to this guy? But he's obviously
maybe he's looking for Mr. Miyagi.
No, you know what? He obviously is an intelligent young man. So it's okay, I mean, he called just to say, "Hey, I like your show," and I called in. It's cool. I don't expect to get, bang, 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 and we're still early on.
I get that.
Now, if I'm here a year from now and it's still going like this, all right. I'm going to play elevator music. Well, and
you could be like, look, you know what? I'm looking at my watch. I'm looking at my calendar. I think maybe I might try to change venues.
Well, it is. Again, they told me it was going to be hard. That's okay. It's late at night.
It is. It's an uphill battle.
Some people say that, hell, they write me and they go, "Peter, I got to go to bed. I got work in the morning." I get it. But One at a time, because there really is. The Midwest, I get a lot of responses from the Midwest, Northern Californias, or the northern part of the country. They write me afterwards and talk to me, and I'm going, please, just bring it to the show. But it's easier said than done. I mean, I'll get there. I'm not worried about it. It's just...
Well, just by the way, I just want to do a little shout-out.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all. Hey, Paul. You in the house. Hi, Paul.
Paul?
How you doing? I'm waving at you. You don't even see it.
Paul, believe it or not, is a Pensacola guy, and I've known him since I was visiting. I was visiting Florida when I was in 6th grade, and he lives in the hood. And he's been
he lives in the hood.
Yeah, I mean, we all live in the neighborhood for where I kind of grew up in. And Paul is, again, I say I'm thankful for my friends. These are one of the many who always said to me when I'm in town and my mother was sick and or anything, and they're going, "Hey, if you need anything, just call." One of the many, and that's and that's why I'm so proud of that area and those people and most of my friends, because most all of them are the same way. They're all wired that way, and I'd like to think it's because I've kind of just tried to keep being a decent human being, or I'm not perfect by no means, but it's like friends are friends, and we just hang when we have the time, and when we don't, we don't.
I'm just going to say this. If you say you're perfect, bitch, pull the cross up, throw your ass up on it, nail yourself on there, and then drag that shit all over the place, because if you're that perfect, you are now the next coming of Christ, okay?
Exactly. I'm the farthest from it, but I do have a dream. And I'm pushing on it because I think that there's a lot of stuff to be talked about in life, and I want to be that guy to do it with y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Okay. Now, see, Florida is transplanted Northerners.
No. Not. Yeah, maybe the southern part of Florida. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the retirement home.
Well, yeah. Look, if you lived in the Northeast, and they all go down Orlando way and all that, but you got to admit, anything west of Tallahassee is.
No, I can't even throw shade on that, only for the simple fact that the southern part of Alabama has now become the retirement home for Northerners as well.
Sure, Gulf
Shores. Where it used to be, all the northern people are coming here now too.
Yep, and I get that, and that's the thing. So. But I don't blame them. I don't blame them because it's not that bad. In the north, it's expensive.
I mean, if you're old and your bones hurt from the cold, where are you going to go? The South? Arizona? No.
Well, Arizona's dry. I got to tell you, my mother, she was the poster child for rheumatoid arthritis, and that damp cold that we have over there would kill her. But, but it was definitely better than the cold, but...
well, see, and that's the thing is, I was... in Arizona, the first time I ever saw snow.
Oh, really?
Yes.
On TV?
No, in person. Like literally,
I get
in Flagstaff.
Yeah.
I know, smart mouth.
Yeah.
But
that's all I got.
All right, smart ass, let's rock. Okay, so basically, it looked like somebody threw some dust up in the air, and I was like, where the fuck did this come from?
Yeah, it didn't stay
long.
Why
is there dust in the air?
Yeah, but
and it was my ex who looked at me, started laughing. He's like, that's snow. I'm like, say what now? So then he drove up so I could go touch it.
It didn't last long. Just like when snow hits Pensacola once every 10 years, it just melts as it hits the ground.
Yeah, no, there was, same thing here in Alabama. Look, there's snow. It hits the top of your car. That's the only way you're going to still see it, boo-boo.
Yep.
Because once it hits the ground, it's boom, gone.
Pretty much. But, again, it is drier, though, in Arizona if you really need, because you have the problem with your bones and all that. There's no doubt that it definitely is drier. But, it's all good. But I very fortunate. I'm going to be back down there, and I want to be back in the Gulf Coast a lot more, so... But you're welcome.
How soon are you going to be down here?
I don't know. We're working that out right now. Since my daughter started school, I have this tendency to stay here while she's in school because I'm very active with her in school. So that's the problem. It's hard for me to just jump back and forth. Even though I need to pay attention to what's going on over there, it just has changed the game. Before she started school and she was little, I was able to go back and forth at will. It didn't matter because she had no schedule. But now I have a very big part in that because her mother works and things like that. So I like taking her to school, even when she's not with me. Anytime I can see that face and we just I swear, it's the craziest connection, but I'm very comfortable with her, and even though I'm her dad, she looks at me like I didn't shave for a couple of days, and I always shave because I hate not shaving, but I didn't. And she got in the car and just looked at me like, "What the fuck happened to you?" It's like, what? So I kind of like
Because
that.
you didn't shave?
Yeah, because it was the first. I didn't shave for like 3 days, and I hadn't seen her.
Stranger danger, stranger danger.
Well, it starts coming out like Santa Claus because, I don't have.
Okay, see, can we go to this one? I have a thing about Santa Claus.
Yeah. You do?
Okay, why
What do you
are
mean,
you teaching your little kids it's okay for a strange fat man to sneak into your home while you're asleep?
Well, it's only once a year. It's just once a year. And he just comes and goes.
I mean, once a year, he could jack you all
Because
kinds of
he brings presents. What the hell?
Well, I mean, right? But what does he do after he drops his shit off?
I don't know. It's like, Todd, see you later. See you next year.
He takes your food. He raids your fridge.
Yeah, but look what he leaves behind. There's no complaints there. I don't know.
Okay, but see, that's the whole jacked up thing. Because, some little kids go see some stranger come in and all decked out in Santa outfit and be like, oh, look, Santa dropping off presents.
Yeah, I know, but
actually it's, yeah.
It's not the Friday after next, you know what I mean? The stuff is, the odds of that happening is, most of the time for a child, it's Santa and Santa's
And the reference is on point, by the way. I like that one.
Yeah, well, that was a great movie. But,
oh, yeah, and so was Empire Records. But, yeah, no. No, it's not Friday after next. But still, it's just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
So if you have some chick that's stealing your teeth that are nasty and rotten, it's all good, too, as long as she leaves you a quarter or whatnot.
That's a whole other story now. The tooth fairy's gone up. I got to tell you that my ex started outdoing me because my daughter lost a few teeth when she was with her mother. She lost a few teeth when she was with me, and it's like I don't know. To me, if you get 50 cents or $1 for a tooth, you're a child. That's pretty good. But when they start putting $5 bills and this and that, it's like, all right, now we're getting a little crazy with this whole thing because it's it's just supposed to be a memento. You're not supposed to be
one-upping each other.
Yeah, your allowance. It's not an allowance of some sort, but it is what it is. Anyway, whatever. Hey, did I tell you that 818-259-7983 is the number to call? I got Sonia on the phone from... What area do you want to call you live in besides Alabama? What area would you call that, or do you want to call
Baldwin County.
Baldwin County. All right. How's the weather in I saw a lot of beach pictures today.
I don't know. It was too bright for my ass.
Really? What are you?
Yeah, I am Irish. I'm redhead. Everything with sun is too bright for me.
I understand, but you don't ever go out and hang at the beach? You're not a beach girl?
No.
Okay. You're a night owl then. That's
yes.
Well, see, I get it. If you got that white skin, you glow in the dark.
Yeah, pretty much. You turn that off, and the skin just starts to glow. But there's spots in the glow.
Oh, there is.
And yes, Dirk, he doesn't have caller ID, so no, he can't screen them calls, boo boo.
No, I just answer the phone and I get what I get. I'm waiting to see when I get the really
weird... You get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
That's right. It's okay.
But yeah, I do. I glow in the dark white, and once I burn, I peel and turn white again.
Right. So you go from red to white and vice versa.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like my hair and my skin. Yep.
I love the beach. I'm looking forward to that area. I just, unfortunately, like I said, when I do go back home, I got a lot of stuff going on with my old man right now. He's definitely not getting any younger, and I got a lot of concerns because I watch him like a hawk. But in the meantime, while I am over there, I mean, I do manage to have some hang time, which is great. But right now, I'm just my biggest concern. I want to get there. I want to spend time with my father while I still have him around because I love my father, as I did both my parents, which I hope that most of you share the same thoughts with your parents too, because it blows my mind when there's families that just don't have that relationship, and I just don't get it. I've been very fortunate, I guess. We were a small family, and we argued like anybody else, but the bottom line at the end of the day was it was even the unspoken word. You didn't have to say I love you to know that you had people that loved you. So I am going to try.
Yep.
I'm going to try and get down over there. I'm trying to work it out in my head right now. It's just not that as easy as right now. Things will change in the future, but I want to get there and spend some time while I still have a father, because I swear every day there's just days when you just don't know. I mean, things happen every day. So we're going to try and get there. The weather's getting good, too. I saw all that. A lot of people showing off the beach pictures already, and in the water in March. That's pretty good. So it couldn't have been too cold. But,
well,
yeah.
I have to let you go because
Okay.
I'm actually getting hit up that I need to make an appearance on somebody's channel. So
All right.
I am going to go.
Go. Get hit up.
Adios, amigos.
Thank you.
And I'll talk to you later.
All right. Love you again. See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Sonia's getting hit up. She likes to call. What am I going to do? You can't say no. At least she calls. Because I know there's a bunch of you that got things on your mind that are just going to sit there with your arms crossed. I was one of those guys. Sit there and, you can text and type, but I want to know what's eating at you. What's going on in your life. Even good stuff, I mean, positive stuff. I think there's positive in everything, but... as I said, it's only an hour show, and where are we? It's almost over, and poof, it was over, just like that. People pop in and out, but I appreciate the ones who are sharing the shows and passing the word on. My LinkedIn channel is really important to me. That's where all my TV people and things are at, and again, I'm starting to watch them come alive more, and that's a good thing because... I just need one yes. We were talking about that this week and how hard it is, but I just need that one yes to somebody who believes that no matter, I guess I'm basically selling myself. I'll talk about anything. I want to talk about this stuff, but, if they offered me something else as a starter to get to where I'm going, I'm not going to say no, or, I'll do anything that has to do with something positive and entertaining because that's what I like. It's my skin. Other than that, here we are every Sunday night, 8:30 Pacific, 10:30 Central, and 11:30 on the East Coast. I know it's late over there, but I know everybody who watches late night TV. Just get a drink, get in your jammies, whatever, get on the couch, get your tablet. When you're done, you just throw it to the side, go to bed. I appreciate that. Hey, there's a bunch of people chiming in on this page. I don't even know what page that is, but... I really would. Again, it's your show. The premise of this show is you guys to call in. I know that I have to carry the ball a lot of times, and you know what? I mean, even Sonia calling in just to keep something on there. I'm okay if you don't if it's silent. Believe me, I have a list of stuff that to touch base on, and sometimes it's actually good, hopefully. But again, I could not do it if it wasn't for my sponsors, Bolt Energy, bringing me here, and I'm very appreciative to them. For giving me the time and the room to create this little show and just do it. So go out and ask for Bolt Energy, and if they don't have it, keep asking for it. Their soft drink distributors will bring it. I like it. Here's to them. I had a list of things. I'm going to go back to it. I'm not playing elevator music tonight, but you are welcome to call. I would love for you to call and tell me something good. Time versus money. I've been thinking about this a lot. I have somewhere, if you go onto my YouTube channel, there's a little segment of me sitting in the garage. I used to do this little segment called Angry Garage. It was me coming up with something that was eating at me right then and there, and I would just go and record it. Pretty, straightforward, nothing fancy. Just when something was on my mind, I felt that was of worth, I would record it. And there was this segment called Time versus Money. And the reason I'm talking about this again is because I think this is a priceless thing to think about. It's like, I was never rich. I did okay, but my time, the reason I changed things around with my life and stopped doing things that were really important to me to do something else that was really important about raising my daughter. And I had to stop abruptly and go out and find a job to stay local and just completely changed my life because I wanted to give my daughter the time. I did not want her to have a dad that was not around. And that was important. And it was today. I caught a little segment, and there was somebody talking about, how they put that, and I wrote it down, about rich kids. I know a lot of kids, people, grown, my age, that their parents were very well off. and they gave them everything. They gave them everything. Anything they needed. They got a brand new Z28 Camaro, whatever. They smash it. They'd be in trouble for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden they showed up with another brand new car. Those people grew up to be, again, they're good people, don't get me wrong, but they can't take care of themselves. They just can't wipe their ass properly because they were never taught how to. They were just given, everything. I know you do it because you love them, but it was like the kind of love that you really need to. I wanted to be the guy that was hands-on, and that's exactly what I was. And somebody just said this, and I truly get it, and I wanted to bring it out. It's because inheritances, and then these people grow up, and then your parents die, and they leave you some money. And thank God, because if it wasn't for the money, you just can't take care of yourself. You just don't have the street smarts, the normal capabilities, because you always had stuff handed to you, and that's a kind of a curse. And if you don't end up blowing through the money, then you get older, and then you're broke. And I've seen a few of my friends like that too, because they couldn't handle it. They didn't know how to manage the money. They didn't know anything. So, with me, my daughter's in no danger of being spoiled to death. I'm not rich, but I give her my time. And somebody said, it's not what you leave them, like the inheritance and all that. It's what you leave in them, and that is for me 100%. It's I every day when I take my daughter to school, there's I don't know what she thinks of me, like she's going, oh God, here we go again. But I'm hoping, because you got to drive it into them. And even when I'm driving, I'm already telling her she's got 3 more years before she drives. When we're driving, I'm telling her why I'm doing what I'm doing and intersections and this and that. I'm driving it into her head in hopes that out of all that stuff I'm telling her, she takes a little piece of it at least, because it's going to become useful to be a decent driver, because I'm scared for her. I want her to not have, there's idiots out there. She could be a great driver, but there's people that, that's why they call them accidents. I don't think anybody ever left their house knowing they were not going to come home that night because of an accident. And I love her, and I want her safe. And I just think that being proactive is, it's just like you have to learn skills mentally and then apply it to your physical skills, and the combination of both. Hopefully, again, I don't think I'm overprotective. I just talk about stuff because it's stuff. I did my share of screwing up. There's no doubt about it. But I managed to somehow, and again, not all out of smarts, but I've managed to survive, and I'm very, very thankful. So 818-259, I'm going to take one more call if I get a call. And if I don't, I don't. And then we call it a day. Hour blows by real quick. That's why I tell people, hey, are you happy because I'm getting ready to close the show out? Is that, or are you happy because you want to give a call? I see some happy things, yeah. One more call. The hour just goes by real quick, and boom, another Sunday night gone. I'm not going to. I thought about this, and they've been talking to me. Like last week, we had St. Patrick on the phone, and that was cool. A couple of minutes talking to St. Patrick, told us about St. Patrick's Day. I got it's going to be Cinco de Mayo coming up. I think we're going to get Pepe on the phone to tell us about Cinco de Mayo. Should be interesting. April Fools. I don't know if you've thought about it, but there is an April Fool, and I think I'm going to get him on the phone too, and we're going to talk to an April Fool, so that should be interesting as well. But I don't want to have that much, maybe once a month, a guest on the show. I can do that on my other shows. The premise of this whole deal is I want you guys to call in and just talk about stuff, and even if you want to criticize me, I'm fine. In fact, I'm pretty much used to it, but I want to hear about you. I mean, things that you got. I mean, again, I'm very, very thankful. It made my night hearing from a 17-year-old guy calling in and saying he listens to this show. I don't see where it's, I mean, God bless him, because I don't know if I would have when I was 17 years old. So that's a cool thing. Maybe he's got to jump a little bit more on this than some people, that he's willing to listen. That's the thing. Listening is the key to learning, and I'm not preaching. I'm just sharing. That's all I can do. We're all just sharing stories. I am no professional. I do not have a degree. I am definitely not a doctor, a lawyer, a psychiatrist, but I've got enough years on this planet to where I have a little bit of common sense, and I do say little, and that's debatable, depends who you ask. but there's a lot of stuff out there that I think if you share stories, a lot of people can compare and relate to it all. And that's a big deal. So I thought it would be really cool because there's a lot of people that think that it's only them and they don't hear themselves properly. And again, it's already been showing up in these shows that the ones who do call and talk about things, they end up listening to the conversation from the outside, listening in, even though they're listening to themselves, and things just kind of made sense. They answered their own questions. I just pointed it out. That's all I'm doing. I'm just listening and going, do you hear yourself? You know, you just answered your own question, and there, it's right there. So take the ball and run with it. And I'm good with that. I feel good about it because one person just got, or the many that are listening that haven't chimed in, going, I get it. I totally get it. So that's it. Where we're at, gentlemen. The clock is winding down. 818-259-7983. Again, I don't expect miracles, and I do see all y'all typing, texting, and telling me all these things, and I appreciate it. The watch party is very important. Every Sunday night I'm going to be here, but this is how we're going to grow this thing because I don't know from one day to the other. I just got a little hookup. Somebody hooked up. There was this old game show production company that was in the 80s, if not the 70s as well, and it was called Wink Martindale Productions. All the big game shows, it was a Wink Martindale production. The vice president of that company connected with me, and I was just kind of like blown away because, number one, I didn't even know they still existed because I'm, although I try to keep up with a lot of things, I definitely don't know all those avenues. And it was cool because they came out of the woodwork and they said, hey, I'm watching you, and let's stay connected. I would like her to say, hey, I'm watching you, and I think you got something there, and we should have a meeting and talk about it, but one day at a time. It was once a Wink Martindale. Go figure. But believe it or not, that was huge back in the day. I don't know what they're doing now. The thing is, we're taking this one at a time. People are coming on board, including you guys, and I deeply, deeply appreciate it. Again, had it not been for my crazy ideas and my sponsor who's crazy enough to say, hey, let's make this work every Sunday night, I would not be able to be here. So I am deeply thankful. It is that time. We are going to get the hell out of here, I think. Why not? They go, oh, because I have 3 more minutes. I'm going to have to load the elevator music up for next weekend. I think, the thing is, you never know what you're going to get. After a long, hard weekend, everybody's winding down. If there was anything of importance, it's going to have to wait. Thinking about getting one of those portals. I don't know if you've seen them on Facebook. Portal, it's like the camera. I want it for my father to have there, but I don't understand it. It never really explains that much. Is it like talking through your iPhone? Do I need 2 of them to do this, or can I buy one for him to where he doesn't have to know nothing? It just comes on when I call him. He can see, because my father's again almost 93 years old. He doesn't have a smartphone and doesn't want one, and I would like him to see, once in a while, so he can see my daughter and me, and just have that connection a little bit more, because he's all by himself, and sometimes I got to hear him talk about, he's all alone, and I just thought it'd be better than just a phone call, but I don't know much about it, and I need more information. I'm thinking about getting it, but not if it's going to be a major pain in the ass. Portal. It's not that expensive. I just don't know anybody who has one yet. So if you got a portal, let me know something about it. Write to me. You can IM me on the Facebook page, anything like that. Again, I encourage you to check out the Angry Garage segment of Time versus Money. I think I make some sense. At least my heart told me I did, and when I listened to it, it really wasn't bad. but if you love your kids and, money's not the answer to everything. I think your time is more important with your children than anything else. I've got many friends who used to take their kids along on trips, for work and things like that, and I thought those were great days. They learned a lot. You learn about life, because life is life's a pitch, and it's just good that you get hands-on experience. And be thankful they want to hang around you, too, because as they get older, they get all involved in things they want to do, and you start separating, and it is what it is. But that's it. Let me see. I watched already. Looking to my list. Whatever. I start writing things down that I can't read my own writing. Sometimes I get these ideas. Next week is the last. Actually, when is the last day of March? I think we're on the last day of March, and then we're going to be into April. Yeah, next Sunday, March 31st, last day of March. Before we go into April, I'm going to try to get the April Fool on the phone. I don't know if I can do it. They kind of talked to me about it, and I said, you make it happen, and whatever that means, I'll do it. So, again, I appreciate you guys. Every Sunday night, I will be here, and if you want to be silent, that's fine. We're growing. The phone calls will pick up, but this show really is about you guys and phone calls. So I encourage you, and I'm not begging you. You can sit there and be silent, because the beauty of it is I know you're watching, and because you're talking to me afterwards. But the whole thing about this show is we're just scratching the surface, but it's about you guys calling in and talking about stuff that you want to talk about. Otherwise, I'm always going to have some form of reference for some topic to talk about. So, again, we're going to wrap it up. Last time, thanking my sponsor, Bolt Energy, for bringing me here, and I love my diehard fans. Electrify your senses with Bolt Energy. Go ask for it. Sugar-free coming up. We're going to have a meeting probably soon, about every 3 months. I get with them, and we talk about where we're going and how we're going to do it, because we're doing it. But I will be here every Sunday, along with Bolt Energy, talking about whatever you want to talk about. So from now, I'm Peter G. You're listening to Life with Peter G. I truly appreciate you guys, and I guess we're just going to end up seeing you next week, and we'll just take it from there, all right? I can't think of anything else. I want to thank my guys for being here, and even though they don't... they're here for... It's not easy doing this show. Everything can go wrong at the very last second because of the way we're doing it. It's hard to monitor certain things when you're doing live internet feeds. There's no delay. We don't have that delay, and you can't check things. And today was almost one of them when we did our 30-minute bumper. Things just didn't want to kick into gear. I had some broadband issues. It never ends, but you go into oh shit mode, and that's why they're here. Otherwise, they're just looking on their phones and watching and shaking their heads and making faces at me. But I love them anyway. All right. From our house to yours, Life of Peter G. Don't be a stranger, all right? I love you guys. I will see you next week right here, same time. Bring your game on. I want to hear from you. All right? Peace out. Love you.
Peter G Show. Peter G Show. Peter G Show. Peter G Show. Divorced dad, single dad. Divorced dad, single dad. Peter G Show.